What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is they went from the 4th level of hell and sent us down to the 7th level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all of this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to, I thought Lil Murder was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Uncle Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. What he had on looked like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yana Van Zam's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. Yeah. Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see. Can I see? Hit me up in my DMs, and I do want to see if you had a blue thong or a blue jock strap or something like that. I'd love to see it too. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
All right, y'all. I'm coming. Give me a second. I'm coming. Y'all know I don't be ready. Y'all know I do not be ready. Come over here trying to rush me like y'all don't know the routine. Like y'all don't know the deal. Girl, y'all knew how this goes. Stop playing with a real G. Oh, girl. All right. Got that. Almost ready. Oh, I forgot about this. Okay. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do this the whole time, y'all. Oh, all right. Let me get. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get myself prepared. Okay. All right. I'm ready. For real this time. All right. Oh, all right. Let's turn on the lights. Lights. Bam. Camera. Okay. Lights. Right. Lights. Camera. Bam. And action. There we go. All right. Oh, listen. Can y'all hear me? I just want to know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me as I got on my Halloween costume for today? Put a 27 in the chat if you can hear me. Because I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. Dear God above. This thing is hot. Hey, Danny. Now you know I got to go out and trick or treat with my kids in an hour, sir. Hey, Yana. Yeah, go before it get too dark. It's supposed to be getting cold, too. It's supposed to get down to like 29 tonight. Mm. Hey, Janae. Hey, Boo. Budgets weights. I got 3 pay. I just got home from my surgery and I'm dozing. Oh, okay. We praying for you, budgets weights. I didn't even know you had surgery. Listen, we gonna uplift you in prayer tonight. That you have a speedy recovery. Hey, Lemon Kush Pepper. Y'all can hear me? Okay, good. All right, good. Hey, Sticks Girl. Hey, Vovo. Hey, Cookie. What's up, y'all? Listen, listen. We're not gonna be here long. Hey, B Carter. What's going on, y'all? What is going on? Listen, we're gonna do the best we can here. Well, thank you, Janae. I do the best I can. Um, and we're gonna get in and out. We're not gonna be here all day. We are not gonna be here all day. Ooh, ooh, Lord. Hey, Xavier, what's going on? What is going on? All right, y'all. So let me mm, oh boy. Hold on. All right, so let me open up the dossier. What's going on? Hey, Symmetry. Hey, Sly Sylvia, Sharice. What's going on, y'all? How is your Halloween going? I hope y'all having a good Halloween. Listen, y'all. Hey, Drinks with D. What's going on? We are engorged today with sugar spiky stories. So I feel the need. Oh, I feel the need to get our sugar spike stories out of the way first. So yeah, we're gonna do our sugar spiky moments first. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, non-gender, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, no, we're not gonna do our sugar spiky moments first. You know what I just saw when I was pulling stories for today, and I was engorged with all these sugar spiky moments. I saw a couple ABCs. So that's what I need y'all to put into the chat. Hashtag ABC. Don't forget to hit the like button and all of that good stuff. This mask keeps slipping, so I can't really read when the mask slips. But anyway, what I need y'all to do is I need y'all to put hashtag ABC in the chat because we got some ABCs out here. Why? Because I bet you just can't. Here's our first hashtag ABC. I don't have this type of energy, y'all. I don't. I saw this and I just can't. I just can't. I don't have any time for Diddy. You know, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. I just can't do it, y'all. Who thought this was a good idea for a story? That's what I want to know. Like, who down to which editor needs to be fired because they thought it was a good idea to let this story out. Just a mess. Then there's this. I just, I just, I just can't anymore. I'm just so tired. I'm so tired of them. Y'all, I'm not gonna last too long with this mask. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. I'm not gonna last too long with this mask. It's too hot. It keeps slipping. I'm not gonna last that long. Jada, I don't have time for Jada, Will, or nobody else. Then I saw this and I said, I really ain't got time for that. Hey, Montrez, listen, y'all. I don't got time for that. Hold on, y'all. I ain't got time for this. This mask is gonna bother me. Here, here. I can't do it, honey. I can't do it, y'all. The mask, I tried. It didn't sit well with my spirit. So, baby, listen. Oh, I know what I could do. I got an idea, y'all. I have an idea. Okay. Maybe I could keep it in place that way. Okay. I got an idea. I had to change shirts too. That junk was hot. Mind you, it's supposed to be getting cold today. Okay, so let me put this on. Maybe this will keep it in place. Maybe this will keep it in place. See if I look crazy. Hold on, y'all. See if I look crazy. I look crazy. I look real crazy. Yeah, that's not gonna work out. That shirt was getting on my nerves. It was everything was so hot, y'all. I gotta take this off, y'all. Hold on one more second. Yeah, I tried to be festive for Halloween. I just can't do that mess. I can't do it. girl, girl, girl. Sorry. Not sorry. Couldn't do it. Won't do it. So anyway, y'all be careful who you child. Tell me about it. Be careful who you hooking up with because old girl was taking people out, honey. Old girls, listen, said, listen, y'all want to blow my back out? Baby, I'm going to blow your life out. My back, your life. There it is. My back, your life. What's going on, Jason? Child, I'm glad I'm married. My mommy and little sister know if I came up dead or missing my hubby did it. Child, care. Anyway, and now, ladies and gentlemen, non-gender binary conforming members of our audience, it is really time for our sugar spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So loved the world. I want to fight. That he gave his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And who shall ever believe
Major sugar spike.
they shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Taste the biscuits. Taste the biscuits. So listen, we got some real sugar spiky moments today. If you can't deal with spiking out, go get you some Halloween candy. Eat it now so you don't spike out. Matter of fact, I'm eating some Lifesaver gummies. Wow, berry. Go ahead. I'm telling you, it's some spiky stories. This is a wild ass story. The first one I got for y'all. Wild ass story. An 8-year-old boy was held at gunpoint by the police because they thought he was a suspect for robbery. Hey, Tanya Boo. Cams, don't try and roll up in my class like this. Where the hell you been? You need to have a doctor's note because you done missed my class for 2 weeks. Where you been at? Go see one of the hall monitors. With my you better have a doctor's note. If you don't have no doctor's note, I got a good 50,000 word essay for missing my good class. Anyway, let me read this to y'all. An 8-year-old boy and his pregnant mother were pulled over at gunpoint. Hey, Tracy C. Were pulled over at gunpoint by multiple Sacramento police officers on their way to football practice. Shanice Stewart, who is 9 months pregnant, and her son Brandon were stopped by police October 17th on the highway after the officers mistook Brandon for a juvenile with 2 felony warrants, including one for gun possession, according to Sacramento police. They thought that this 8-year-old boy was somebody wanted for 2 felonies and a gun possession charge. Let's continue. Quote, I noticed that they had guns drawn and they had instructions for me to then toss my keys out of the window and open the door with my left hand, I opened the door with my left hand, proceed to get out and put my hands in the air, and then I walked towards them. I immediately broke down because I didn't know or understand what was going on. That is the mother right there speaking, okay? So it gets worse. The 8-year-old boy, Brandon, got out of the vehicle afraid that his mother would be arrested or worse. He screamed and pleaded for her to come back to the car. The 8-year-old, not realizing the officers thought he was the suspect, approached them frantically, explaining that his mother was just taking him to football practice and hadn't done anything wrong. It was at that point that the mother believes the officers finally realized that Brandon wasn't the suspect. The mother then goes on to say, I was afraid, I was scared of him getting shot. You don't know what to expect, especially when it's multiple officers with their guns drawn toward your car. You just don't know. But I was definitely in fear of getting shot, me or my son, just by one of them feeling like they were in danger or they did not feel comfortable. End quote. And that's the mother speaking. The officers released Mrs. Stewart and Brandon shortly thereafter. Police did detain Brandon. Let me say that again. Police detained the 8-year-old boy for a few moments just to make sure he wasn't the person they were looking for. Police told ABC News they first misidentified Brandon through helicopter surveillance as he and his mother were leaving their home to go to football practice. Brandon matched the description of a suspect because of his hairstyle and clothing, according to police. The next day, a captain with the Sacramento police told Stewart the suspect they were looking for is a teenager, according to the mother. Brandon, a third grader, is 3 feet 10 inches and 56 pounds. Let me say this again. Oh, I have a picture of Brandon. Let me show y'all the picture of poor little Brandon. That's Brandon, who's 3 foot 10, 3 feet 10 inches, and 56 pounds. Brandon had on his football uniform. He was on his way to practice. This is what these stinking ass police officers went on to say. The captain of the Sacramento Police Department went on to say, quote, from a distance, officers observed a juvenile who they believed to be the wanted suspect enter the vehicle with tinted windows. Based on the information regarding firearm history, a high-risk stop was initiated. As the officers were conducting the stop and the windows were rolled down, they realized the juvenile in the vehicle was not the wanted suspect, and at that point the high risk stop was ended. No, it wasn't. You're lying because you made the lady get out of the car. You told the lady to throw her keys in the street and to get out of the car. From witness accounts, there were literally almost a dozen police cruisers behind this car. They had a helicopter on this car for this little boy who's 3 foot 10 inches. He's not even 4 feet tall and weighs 56 pounds. According to the mother, Brandon is still traumatized. Every time they approach the highway, her son asks if they could take the street route instead. When he sees a police cruiser drive past their car, he reminds his mother to drive safely. He also only rides in the back seat of the car now, where he feels safer. Quote, I do keep repeating to him that all police officers are not bad. You can't just assume that. I don't want him to hate the law. As for me, at any given moment, every time an officer gets behind me, I'm at fear for my life. I'm scared and he's scared. End quote. And that is the cries of a mother. The cries of a mother who was in fear for her life and her own life, and whose son did what all black sons do. When you see your mama in danger, you go and protect your mother. Even at the young, ripe, pure, and innocent age of 8 years old, that young man understood, I would rather you take me, but don't bother my mama, don't touch my mama, and leave my mama alone. Because instinctually, a son is going to protect his mother. And these rat ass bastards have the audacity to try and explain away why a 3 foot 10, 56-pound year old boy they thought was a two-time felon and had a warrant for gun possession charges. He fit the description. He had on what we believe the suspect had on, because suspects are running around in fucking football uniforms. Hey, Monk Chip, I don't know what y'all want from me. I don't know what y'all want from me. Let me keep moving. There's more. The Sacramento Police Department told ABC News that the suspect is still at large because you stupid ass fucks, you inadequate ass, you derelict of duty ass police officers would rather try and suspect a 3'10", 56-pound year old boy because y'all feel like y'all have an advantage over that than actually go out and catch real victims. How about you do some fucking real police work and really arrest the person that did this, who's clearly still at large? But you're inept at your duties. You're derelict of duties. A mess. When asked if any disciplinary measures would be taken against the officers involved, Sacramento police said the incident is still under review. Quote, we must acknowledge that a case of mistaken identity occurred. Our officers provided explanation and an apology to the mother and her son. For what? At that point, your apology didn't mean anything. This boy is probably permanently traumatized, for the rest of his life. Our department has been in contact with the mother since the incident. We recognize the impact that police interactions can have on our community. End quote. And that was in the statement coming from the Sacramento Police Department. The mom says that she's currently exploring the possibility of taking legal action against the Sacramento Police Department, as well as looking into litigation opportunities. I don't know what y'all want from me. I don't know what y'all want from me. I told y'all that the sugar spiky moments today was sugar spiky. Did I say, hey, Monk Chip, hey, boo? Like, I really hope from another article that I read on this, the mom was looking in her lawsuit to have the police department pay for the trauma that they caused, as well as she wants to put her son in counseling and have the police department pay for counseling. Like, this is a damn mess. Just a goddamn mess. This is a goddamn mess. A damn mess. How the hell you confuse a 3'10", 56-pound little boy? Well, and your ineptitude has still, hindered you from being able to catch the real culprits. They had, from what people were saying, almost a dozen police cruisers behind this lady's car. They had a helicopter above them. Like, you would have thought that they had, found the head of a terrorist organization. A mess. A mess. Since we're here, we might as well go full the fuck ass spiky. Where's this report? Let me pull this shit up. Because I have been avoiding this story. Where's the story at? God. I had seen this story since last week, and I know many of you probably had seen Monk Chip said, I had this severe anxiety issue from 2010 to 2017. I totally stopped driving. I can believe it. Like, this shit traumatizes you. That poor little boy doesn't even want to ride on the highway anymore. That poor little boy refuses to ride in the front seat anymore. Like, he is 8 years old and has already had a near-death experience. 8-year-old boys should not have to deal with near-death experiences just by being driven to football practice. I have been avoiding this story, y'all, because I've had, and I know I'm supposed to bring y'all this type of stuff. I know y'all count on me to bring y'all this stuff. But when I read the story, I just got triggered and I sat in bed and had to listen to some music because I was in a bad place when I saw it last week. And I've avoided the story, but I said, no, Elton, like our ancestors said, somebody has to bear witness. And if you got to go and bear witness and tell the people, you got to tell the people. Now, I know this story has already made its rounds, and many of you may already be familiar with the story, but I want to bring I'll bring this story to you. Um this is a story of one Mr. Dexter Wade of the great state of Mississippi. DexterWade is his name. Dexter Wade is a black man who was killed by by an off-duty police officer, and then mysteriously buried without the knowledge of the mother or the family at all. I mean, like I said, I had been avoiding this story like the plague. And let me read this to you because, like I said, I saw it last week. I was traumatized, but here we go. Hey, Tracy W. 7 months of searching for her son, um, Betterston Wade, who is the mother, was brought to a dirt road leading into the woods, past an empty horse stable and a scrap yard. The last time she'd seen her middle child, Dexter Wade, 37, was on the night of March 5th, 2023, as he left home with a friend. She reported him missing, and Jackson police told her they'd been unable to find him. The police told her they had been unable to find him. It wasn't until 172 excruciating days after his disappearance that Betterston learned the truth. Dexter had been killed less than an hour after he'd left home, struck by a Jackson police car as he crossed a nearby interstate highway. Police had known Dexter's name and hers, but failed to contact her, instead, letting his body go unclaimed for months in the county morgue. I told y'all it was trigger. I listen. I told y'all. Now it was early October, and Betterston had finally been told where her son could where she could find her son. She pulled up to the gates of the Hines County Penal Farm, her sister in the passenger seat. A sheriff's deputy and two jumpsuited inmates in a pickup told her to follow them. They bounced down the road and curved into the woods, crawling past a clearing where rows of signs jutted from the earth, each marked with a number. While she was in the car, she says to her sister, quote, "Girl, look at this. Would you believe they would bury someone out here?" End quote. The caravan came to the end of the road at another clearing with more markers. The deputy took one of Bernstein's hands. Her daughter took her other hand, and they walked to the mounds of loosely packed dirt. They stopped at grave number 672. She then says, "Really?" She bent over, hands on her knees, and cried out, her voice echoing off the surrounding trees, screaming, "I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, baby." run over by off-duty Jackson police officer. They knew his name. They knew the mother's name. They knew how to get in contact with her. The woman called Jackson Police Department to file a missing report for her son, who was in their custody, whose dead body was in their custody the entire time. And they told her they could not find him. And 7 months later, they decide, I guess it's time to put her out of her misery. Or should I say, cause more misery, cause more unparalleled grief for this Black woman. There's a video of her going to go see her son, and it's gut wrenching. It is absolutely gut wrenching. So they have pieced together what happened. Now, based on interviews with the family and the coroner's office, along with court records and documents provided in response to public records requests, they say that materials show that just before 8 p.m. on March 5th, Dexter was walking across Interstate 55, a 6-lane highway, when Jackson police SUV driven when a Jackson police SUV driven by an off-duty corporal struck him in the southbound lanes. The corporal who alerted the police to the collision was not injured. He was not suspected of being under the influence of drugs or alcohol and was not given field sobriety tests either, nor was he cited for any traffic violations. The death was ruled accidental. Dexter Wade suffered severe injuries, including to his head. A toxicology report later noted that Dexter had PCP and methamphetamine in his system. An investigator from the Hinds County Coroner's Office responded to the scene. He did not find identification on Dexter while examining him, but found a bottle of prescription medication in his pocket with his name on it. 3 days later, on March 8th, the investigator, LeGrand Elliott, contacted the medical facility that had provided the prescription and received Betterston's name as Dexter's next of kin, according to the detective's case notes. The detective said he called the number listed for Miss Wade and the facility's records and left a voicemail, but got no response. Betterston confirmed that the number Elliott said he called was the correct number, but she doesn't remember receiving a call from him and was not able to access her Boost mobile phone records to check. The detective confirmed Dexter Wade's identity on March 9th when the state crime lab said his fingerprints matched those it had on file for him, according to the detective's notes. The detective said in an interview that he passed what he found, a phone number and an address, to the Jackson Police Department's Accident Investigation Squad so they could notify Mrs. Wade of her son's death. Here's what the detective said. Once we get that information, I turn it over to police because it is their jurisdiction, so they can do the proper death notification. End quote. Mrs. Wade, meanwhile, turned to Facebook where she posted pictures of her son with her phone number pleading for him or anyone who saw him to call. On March 15th, notice I'm giving you dates now. This all took place on March 5th. They identified her number on March 8th. They identified his body on March 9th. She calls the police, and files a missing report on March 15th. A mess. Well, they have enlisted the services of Benjamin Crump and his associates, so they're on top of it now, and they're investigating. They're asking for the Department of Justice to get involved here because this is an entire dereliction of duties, an entire travesty, an entire debacle. And somebody down there to the Jackson Police Department needs to be fired. Now, this isn't just the police covering this up. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. This is coming also from City Hall. Oh, yes. City Hall. Now, they got a black mayor over there in Jackson, Mississippi. They got a black mayor over there in Jackson, Mississippi. And I'm trying to find his statements. Hold on, y'all. Let me get his statements for y'all. Hold on. A spokesperson for the mayor of Jackson, Mississippi, Chokwe Lumumba. We know Chokwe. We've seen him on shows like Bell Collective. He's a member of my fraternity. He and in an email statement from his spokesperson to NBC News, he said, "We send our sincerest condolences." However, he is basically trying to explain away what happened. He's trying to explain away what happened. Let me get the exact statements. Like, this is a whole travesty of justice. And I know I'm spending a lot of time on this, which is why I didn't from the beginning want to spend my time on it. If y'all notice, I really have been avoiding this. But he addressed it. Let me give you the exact statements. Hold on. Here's what he said in the statement. There was a lack of communication with the Missing Persons Division, the coroner's office, and accident investigation. And because of that, Mr. Wade, they were unable to find his family within an expeditious period of time. It is tragic to lose your child. It is tragic to suffer the consequences of having to bury your child before you pass. But to add insult to that trauma, it is even more difficult to not have the ability to have a proper burial for your child. And for that, we regret a circumstance that Mr. Wade's family had to deal with. Now, the mayor is siding with the police and saying that the number that they had, quote, was not accurate and not a good number to be used. And that had led to police being unable to make contact with his family. How about do some real investigative reporting? If you knew the victim's mom's name, do like every person in the world. When you want to find somebody, what do? You go to social media and you search their name. Go to fucking Facebook, put in the mother's name. You had the mother's name there. You think, even if by chance, let me send a direct message to the mom. Please contact, Jackson Police Department about your son. Here's a number. Something. Just a mess. An entire mess. The mother was contacted on October 24th and informed of her son's death and was later told where he was buried. It was also reported that she located her son under grave marker 672 and had to pay $250 to claim his body. Because they made the mama pay to claim the child's body that was this child of hers that was murdered by Jackson Police Department. Their dereliction of duties never, allowed them to be able to call her and inform her until months after her child was dead. And then to add insult to injury, you had the unmitigated gall to tell this lady she had to pay $250 to claim her child's body. Girl, boom. Girl, boom. A mess. A mess. The Department of Justice needs to get involved. I just can't. I told y'all I had a lot of sugar spiky moments today. I don't know what to tell y'all. I told y'all I did. I got to move on because I'm getting triggered again and I feel myself spiking out. Let me move on. I feel myself spiking out. Whew. Here's an update to a story. Hey, Marla Morris. Y'all drive me to drink. Thank God all I got next to me is some damn Canada Dry. I got a bottle somewhere. Somewhere I got some Hendrix. So remember the story I gave y'all out of Jacksonville, Florida a couple weeks ago? This was maybe about 3 weeks ago of Lakean Woods. Remember that was the guy, they beat him down, threw him on the ground. We saw the video, and after he was handcuffed, they kept kicking him and beating him to the ground after he was already handcuffed out of on the ground. And then we saw the picture that his eyes was basically swollen shut. Remember that case out of Jacksonville? And the Jacksonville sheriff said they're back on duty and back on the streets where they belong. Remember that case? We did that maybe about 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Some of y'all might remember. So, hold on, y'all. So it looks like the Department of Justice is going to get involved with that case. Let me read this to you. The Department of Justice announced they are monitoring the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office gang unit following the brutal beating of Lakean Woods that left the nation shocked. However, it wasn't just Woods' beating that drew the Department of Justice in, but a series of police brutality complaints. In a letter to the department, Woods' civil rights attorney Harry Daniels detailed the incident from September 29th. Woods was the passenger in a vehicle pulled over for a seatbelt violation. When he tried to flee the scene, the officer detained him, but in doing so, struck him over a dozen times in the face and body with their fists and knees. Daniels wrote that Woods suffered a ruptured kidney and severe swelling to his head, which could be seen in his booking photo that has since circulated the internet. We showed you that. Well, I don't think I showed the pictures, but I think we looked at the video at the time. Following the public outrage, Jacksonville Sheriff's Office responded with an internal investigation that came up dry, released a body camera footage and press conference where Sheriff T.K. Waters insisted the officer's use of force was justified. As expected, Woods and his attorneys weren't going for that conclusion. Woods' attorney Daniels then asked the Department of Justice Civil Rights Division to investigate further, but not just Woods' incident, several other beatings of unarmed people allegedly by the hands of Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. Here's what the Department of Justice said. Quote, the criminal section of the Civil Rights Division investigates and prosecutes violations of federal criminal rights statutes. Much of our enforcement activities relates to violent, bias-motivated crimes, as well as deprivations of rights under color of law, which most often involve allegations of excessive force, physical force by law enforcement officers. The division, through its special litigation section, has authority under the Civil Rights of Institutionalized Persons Act to investigate complaints about a pattern or practice of unlawful conditions in state or locally operated institutions, including prisons, jails, and correctional facilities. Generally, a pattern or practice requires proof of repeated conduct that affects more than one person. When the division finds a systemic pattern or practice depriving people of constitutional rights, it may bring a civil action against state or local officials to remedy the unconstitutional conditions. The criminal section and the United States Attorney's Office for the Middle District of Florida are aware of the allegations, and we are monitoring the situation. The Department of Justice also said if there is any information they find that poses a prosecutable federal criminal civil rights offense, further action will be taken. They have, this is the same division that launched probes into Memphis Police Department and stuff. It's just a whole fucking mess out here. Let's just be clear. This is not just a whole goddamn mess. But I wanted to bring y'all that update. In more sugar spiky news, a pair of black female flight attendants are suing United Airlines, accusing the company of denying them promotions in favor of their younger, less experienced white colleagues. The lawsuit says United Airlines replaced all of its minority flight attendants with white women who did not have to interview for the highly coveted positions of flying with the Los Angeles Dodgers on their chartered flights. Don Todd and Darby Quesada filed the lawsuit Monday in Los Angeles Superior Court, according to CBS News. The lawsuit alleges that United Airlines engaged in discrimination by pulling minority female flight attendants off Los Angeles Dodgers charter plane flights based on a request, replacing them with, quote, young, white, thin women who did not have to interview for the highly coveted positions, end quote. In a statement to CBS News, the airline said, quote, United fosters an environment of inclusion and does not tolerate discrimination of any kind. We believe this lawsuit is without merit and intend to defend ourselves vigorously, end of quote. I believe every word of it. I believe every word of it. I believe somebody probably at the Los Angeles Dodgers camp told them to do this. They went ahead and obliged them because they're paying United Airlines a lot of money to charter these flights. And somebody said, we're paying y'all a lot of money to charter these flights. Y'all give us the flight attendants that we want. We have athletes here and they want to see a certain level of eye candy. We need all white women. They need to all be thin. They need to all look good. So I'm not surprised that these women were booked to be on these flights without interview. It's not about your ability or your skills. Well, it's not about the ability and skills you think it should be about. Let's be clear. What they're saying is normally in order to get booked on charter flights for sports teams or other, high profile individuals, that's a promotion. There's a certain level and caliber of flight attendants that get to do that. Now, the lawsuit right now does not list the Los Angeles Dodgers as a defendant, but who knows? The complaint claims that white United Airlines personnel participated in blatant racism, anti-Semitism, and discrimination toward minority counterparts on those charter flights, of which there are around 60 per baseball season. Dawn Todd is a black woman who has worked for United Airlines for more than 17 years. She claims that they retaliated against her for posting about the demotion and denial of benefits and incentives for black flight attendants on the Dodgers trip, as well as racism and ageism. Um, the other young lady, Darby Quesada, she is black, Mexican, and Jewish, and she alleges she was referred to as the flight's maid because they wanted a quote Mexican to clean the bathrooms. End quote. She also says she received instructions to stop speaking Spanish with the Dodgers player because quote we are in America end quote, and maintained that she's been subjected to anti-Semitic remarks such as quote Jesus died for you even if you don't believe, end of quote. This is not looking good, United Airlines. Now, first of all, United Airlines ain't shit. Y'all asses all between United Airlines and American Airlines, y'all hoes always getting involved in some fuck shit. But it makes sense because United for yet to be United States of America, American Airlines for this fucked up ass country. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Y'all in trouble. I don't have a lot of time to keep going with this. We moving forward. I really want to I'm gonna have to do this tomorrow. We're gonna do this tomorrow. Y'all remind me tomorrow because I want to break down because I don't have a lot of time today. But somebody please remind me tomorrow. I want to break down this whole situation with newly elected Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, his wife Kelly Johnson, who owns this counseling service that compares homosexuality to bestiality. And the people done found out, and they are dog walking her. And now, earlier today, she ceremoniously removed the website. She had her website removed where she owns the counseling service to that compares homosexuality to bestiality. The name of the counseling service is Onward Christian Counseling Services, and she serves as owner and CEO. And Huffington Post unearthed documents on it where she was saying that homosexuality was just like bestiality and incest. She likened homosexuality to bestiality and incest. She done took it down. I want to break that down tomorrow, y'all. Y'all remind me. I need to break that down tomorrow. I don't fly on United trifling ass either. I don't got time today to break that down like I want to, and I want to rush through it. So y'all, somebody remind me tomorrow to break that down because we need to break that down. I also tomorrow want to break down. We're gonna have to fit. We got a lot of sugar spiky moments today, and I just don't have enough time. So tomorrow we might have a whole sugar spike live tomorrow because I got a lot of stories here that I'm neglecting. Like I have this one case where where they finally charged the officer that tased this who tased a shoplifter three times, three times. Yeah. while the man was apologizing. Just a mess. I want to break that down. So there's a lot to that story there. I also I want to tease this story for tomorrow as well. So I saw this story Sunday, and I pinned it off as conspiracy theory. You know that shit. You know, because the conspiracy theories are all out. But credible websites over the last day or two have now started to grab hold of it. They're also saying right now they have not been able to confirm, but they're at least letting the conspiracy theory live on their website. And these aren't the Fox Newses of the world or Truth. So these are credible websites like thehill.com. So there are theories out there or reports coming out of Moscow saying that Vladimir Putin is actually dead, and he has had one of his stunt doubles, one of his body doubles that's been filling in for him for the last several months. That's what one conspiracy theory says. Another conspiracy theory says that he died last week. That's why I say I started to see the stories on Monday. According to one conspiracy theory, he died on the 26th, which would have been last Thursday. Another one said he died a couple months ago. But both of them are saying that they've been using one of his stunt doubles, and that's who you've been seeing on television or in film, on screen and stuff like that. I don't know if there's any truth to this. I would have just threw it off as, conspiracy theorist fodder. However, I've seen this on a couple credible websites. I'm going to monitor this situation, but y'all know we like to break stories here first. Y'all know we like to break stories here first. They were claiming, so we're going to break that down tomorrow too. At least we'll break down what the conspiracy theorists have said. Now, I'm not one that likes to relish in conspiracy theories. I like to give y'all the good and honest truth. But if something's growing legs on a place of credibility, and a lot of these places refuse to put their credibility out there on stuff that's not true. I will say all the two credible websites that did post about this all put a disclaimer that says the views expressed by in this article are that of the author alone and not of the website. But they wouldn't even put something on their website if there wasn't any traction on this. So we know it's been a lot of shit going on over there in Russia. Like I said, we'll do this tomorrow. We might end up having the politics of it all tomorrow because we got a lot of sugar spiky stories to break down tomorrow. Okay, so we'll do all of that tomorrow. Y'all remind me, we got a lot of shit to do tomorrow. So let's get to our headliners. So Lil Bust Down is in the goddamn news for two reasons. I got two stories with Lil Bust Down. Okay, so the first story with Lil Bust Down is, baby, they got a whole documentary on YouTube about Lil Bust Down, claiming that he's a whole ass serial killer. Let me read this. Baton Rouge, Louisiana rapper Lil Bust Down, Boosie Badass, is now the second rapper this year from the area to be painted as a killer. About a month ago, NBA YoungBoy got the same treatment from Trap Lore Ross's YouTube channel. Now another YouTube account is suggesting the same thing about Boosie. According to Hip Hop DX, Swamp Stories is the one behind the creation of this documentary. It is a nearly hour-long video titled Rap's Alleged Serial Killer, exposing the evil life of Boosie in detail. The video begins with a few other celebrities giving their views on how dangerous he is. Glenn Baby Davis, former NBA big man, and Charleston White set up the introduction for the video before diving into details. So of course Boosie was not happy. So he took to social media and on X he said, quote, y'all motherfuckers making these fake documentaries on YouTube don't be knowing what the hell y'all talking about. Shaking my head, don't even know my daddy name or my name. I'm not a junior and this is not my daddy name. It's Ivy Ray Hatch. Stupid motherfucker. Let me be great. I have nothing for you, little bust down. I don't give a shit. Rotten die in hell, rat ass bastard. In other little bust down stories, Lil Bust Down decided he could not keep his nose out of the Dwight Howard fray because anything involving two men having sex, he's all here for it. Anything involving two men having sex, he's all here for it. So apparently, he went on Vlad TV and he had a lot to say on Vlad TV. Basically, let me just sum it up. He basically said that he should be bold and come out and let the world know that he likes dick and stop avoiding questions about his sexuality. Why don't you stop avoiding questions about your sexuality, little bust down? Fuck you, little bust down. I don't have the energy for him today. He should have been hashtag ABC. I don't have time for little bust down today. I don't. Also, tomorrow, we just tease it tomorrow. I got a story of a teacher who got suspended for having an OnlyFans page. Then one of her co-workers created an OnlyFans page with her, and they teamed up for OnlyFans. We'll do that one tomorrow too. Oh, we got some good ones tomorrow. Y'all come on back tomorrow. Y'all see we got some good ones for tomorrow, y'all. I ain't got time to break that down. We gonna need time to break that down tomorrow. So let's talk about Candy Burris and Keith Lee. Candy responded to Keith Lee. She tried to, not go there because she knew. See, people are saying, oh, she gave a professional and classy response. Candy Burris knows good and hell well. If she had come out firing on all cylinders on Keith Lee, baby shark, do, the people would have came at her throat. Please believe. Candy ain't stupid by a long shot. Candy's also not stupid because she refused to address the real root of the problem that Keith Lee had was the fact that y'all treat certain people one way and treat other people another way, which isn't great for customers. The whole problem that Keith Lee had with any place that he went was the horrible customer service. And that is the going thing in the great city of Atlanta. Candy talk about, oh yeah, well we don't really we don't do orders on the weekends because we want to cater to our crowd and all of this, that, and the third. We ain't buying it. We ain't buying it. Call it what it is. We want to cater to celebrity crowds. That's it. Now, there are restaurants out there that have a certain level of exclusivity where you got to be on the you got to have a reservation, you got to have be on a certain list in order to get in. But let's be clear, Candy, dirty, raggedy ass old lady gang, and I've been there before, and the shit is dirty and raggedy. It's not on the level where you should be just catering to a celebrity clientele. She tried to smile it off and kiki and da da da. ma'am, your shit is garbage. This shit is raggedy. The food ain't great. The service is even worse. And he called your ass out. And now people are dog walking you. They was already dog walking you because you get constant C's and D's from the Georgia Department of Health. And now they dog walking you because Keith Lee was right as rain. Just like the people from Milk and Honey, thank you, Cam sent me a TikTok where they said people from Milk and Honey said point blank, we don't promise you good service. We only promise you good food. Wait, what? When did that become a thing where you don't give a shit about service? You only care if I'll just worry about if my food good. Don't worry about what kind of service I get. Are you kidding me? Because they go hand in hand. I don't listen. The sad part is, Monk Chip, these entities in Atlanta are not going to change. I don't see these people changing. I don't see them changing unless the bottom dollar move. Now, I will say Keith Lee does have the power to affect a bitch's bottom dollar, affect the bitch's bottom line. And I hope that's what happens. I hope so. I hope you lose money and clients. I've been to the Real Milk and Honey. Their service is awful. It's one of the worst places to attend. One of the worst experiences to attend. And that's by sheer chance that you see a double rainbow and a unicorn in the same place that you are able to actually go in there and eat. Because if you ever try to go to, I've only been there one time. And the only reason I was able to go there one time was because I knew a friend that knew the owner, and they called the owner that morning and said, "Hey, we coming in at such a such time. Can you please tell them to have a table?" And he said, "I got you." And that's the only reason that we were able to sit down and eat at the Real Milk and Honey. Other than that, every time I've ever tried to go there, I could never get seated. Ever. And they don't give a shit. They don't. Candy, your restaurant is fucking trash. Your restaurant is subpar, just like your singing is subpar. And you expect us to consume the shit at your restaurant like we consume your singing. Thank God you had other people around you to make your singing palatable, ma'am. But the people you got surrounding you over that restaurant ain't making it palatable. The gutter snipes right up out the hood that you got working down there at the old lady gang ain't making it no better. I don't give a shit if you are on Bravo. I don't give a shit if you are on television. Your restaurant is fucking trash. You hire gutter snipes, you get fucking trash. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. And people call now. I ain't said that they said the people that went and started making death threats at the wrong Milk and Honey, because there's two Milk and Honeys. There's the Real Milk and Honey, and then there's Milk and Honey. Now Keith Lee went to the Real Milk and Honey. The other restaurant, which is just called Milk and Honey, baby, the people thought that's what they was talking about. They done got death threats. The owner said we've been receiving death threats, and Keith Lee had to come out and say, "Listen, y'all got the wrong people. Why y'all making death threats at a whole restaurant I ain't even go to?" I'm just upset because they don't take orders for the weekend. It's just a mess. Sister oh, I read that. Monk Chip. So why open a restaurant? Why you don't just run something out of your since service isn't that I'm trying to tell you. The whole point of a restaurant is for the ambiance, is for the customer service, is for the experience, not just the goddamn food. Otherwise, open up a shop where y'all don't let people in and it's only takeout, or you only do Uber Eats. One of the Raggedy managers called him and his family autistic. I saw that. Good customer service. And quality, excellent food brings us right. Normalizing terrible service, just a mess. But I don't know, Candy, you're gonna have to wear this one. You keep hiring gutter snipes to work at these establishment because you don't want to pay nobody. You and cheap ass Todd don't want to pay nobody. So y'all hire clowns and gutter snipes. So you're never gonna be good. And let's be clear. Candy, let me help you understand something, sweetheart. Sometimes you can keep the name old lady gang. You may even want to keep some of the recipes, but it may be time for you to move away from having your family work there because you hire your family because you know they won't require be as high maintenance as a real and professional staff. And so you hire your family to work in the kitchen, to work in other places, or your good Judies because they're not going to be as high maintenance as somebody who's going to have real requirements, real standards for what a real incredible restaurant should be. They're going to have standards for the kitchen. They're going to have standards that say you can't have a fucking restaurant without a fucking generator in case the power goes out because we have to maintain certain temperatures for the food to have the right quality. Girl, y'all don't want to pay nobody. Y'all want to pay people minimum wage and think it's okay. So you get gutter snipes and clowns. He was Xavier, and they got mad at him because the man was like, "This shit is horrible," and the food ain't even that good. I told y'all them always tried to have me eat off plasticware and not silverware when I went there, and the styrofoam cups and shit. A mess, a mess, a mess. Now he gave some good reviews too. He gave some good reviews of some good restaurants. Some of the reviews he gave, I said I might have to go and check some of the places out. He did give some good reviews of some good places, but if your establishment is trash, it's trash. They said I went on a road. Child, girl, child. It shouldn't matter, Xavier, what day I went on. The fuck does that mean? Oh, you went on the wrong day. Wait, what? Girl, boom. Northwest is in the news, so she is on the cover of which magazine? She's on the cover of ID's Fall Winter 2023 issue. She is 10 years old. Mama is making the cover of magazines. She is out here living her best life. Shout out to Northwest. And they interviewed her. Mm, they asked her what's the best thing about being Northwest. She said, quote, I get to play basketball, everything. I got to go to Halloween. I get to go to Halloween Horror Nights. You know what a 10-year-old is going to answer. I mean, come on now. She's 10 years old. She wants to, go do fun stuff. I ain't mad at it. Speaking about her hobbies, she says her interests are in art as well as going shopping for people. Shout out Northwest. I'd love to see her and what's the girl named Blue Ivy. I like to see like a cover where you have all of the kids of the celebrities and stuff like that. You can have Northwest and Blue Ivy and who else? Maybe you have Ace. Isn't that the name of Candy's child? Um, and that's the name of Candy, little boy. Since we were just talking about Candy. Have like the little celebrity kids on that. I like little kids. Well, I like seeing the little kids having a good time growing up. looking like their mom and dad. Maybe you have Usher kids on there. You know what I'm saying? Right, Morocco. Um, Morocco and what's his sister name? What's my queen's kid's name? They both start with the goddamn with the goddamn well, I can't think of these children name. Um Morocco and Monroe. That's who it is. Monroe. Thank you, Xavier. Monroe. I couldn't think of the little girl name. So Morocco and Monroe. You know, I have all of the celebrity kids. I think that'll be cute. If not, have them like on the cover of a magazine. Maybe have them on like a TV show or something like that. I think that'll be real cute. I think that'll be real cute. Charlie Woods. Well, whose child is that? Wait, whose child? Let me see. Charlie Woods. I don't even know who that is. Oh, Tiger Woods' son. Okay, that's Tiger Woods' son. Got you. Got you. Okay. So yeah. So there's that. Um. See what else. Did I do all my headliners? Yeah, we got all our headliners today. One last good news before we get out of here. Good news, we always like. Well, I ain't gonna say we always like to end on good news. We don't always end on good news, but we do have some good news to end on today. Shout out to um Tiger Woods look bad, look real bad. Shout out to Howard University. They have made history as becoming the first HBCU with its own ice skating team. So shout out to the Howard University figure skating team is the first HBCU figure skating team. They're going to have their first season this year, and they're looking forward to it. Remember, we covered Fisk University, which was the first HBCU with a gymnastics team. And so I love seeing us do things and go into arenas where people don't think that we can excel. Because I'm a newsflash, what ends up happening is we do excel, we do take over, and the people get all mad and then they fifis. I'm here for it. Y'all go out there and be great cheering. Cheering, y'all go out there and be great. Shout out to Howard University. Um, Listen, tomorrow we are jam-packed already tomorrow because we have several stories tomorrow that we're gonna break down tomorrow. Make sure y'all back tomorrow because we got a lot of this story. I want to definitely unpack that whole Mike Jones and his wife situation. I definitely there's another story that I need to break down out of the state of Hawaii where they just in 2023 got rid of rules and laws that did not allow for bathrooms for female athletes. They had to go to the Burger King just to use the bath. The female athletes had to go to the Burger King to use the bathroom. The sports team were not allowed to use the school facilities. They had to I'm gonna break that down tomorrow too. That's a whole nother situation. You'll see that tomorrow on our show tomorrow. We got a lot of stuff to break down tomorrow, y'all. Listen, I'm about to get up out of here. I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I'm ready to lay down. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. I know we went over today, and that's because I told y'all that story with Dexter Wade was going to trigger me, and we spent a lot of time on that. We spent some time on the black lady whose 8-year-old son was her son was held at gunpoint. Oh yeah, I do need to send y'all over. Y'all hold on. Yes, you're right, Tracy. Thank you. Y'all don't go nowhere. I'm gonna send y'all over. Don't go nowhere. I know Really B is already live, so I'm gonna send y'all over there. Listen, y'all put some shondos in the chat while I set this up. Hold on, give me a second. Put some shondos in the chat. Talk amongst yourself while I set this up to send y'all over there. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming. I'm coming. Hold on. I'm coming. Listen, don't be rushing me. Hold on. Let's see. I think Really B's already live. All right. Let me get ready to send y'all over there. All right, y'all. Listen, love y'all, love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Y'all be so loyal to me. I thank y'all so much. That's all I got for y'all today. Until tomorrow. Until next time. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.